Man, oh man, look what Big Mama did for me yesterday. Notice anything different? Look at all that color right there. She really put it in. Looks really good. Proud of our landscaping. Probably asked, why the hell are you showing your landscaping, Chris? Why the hell do I give two shits about your landscaping, Chris? Give me some content. Tell me something that can help me. Give me something valuable, right? Well, this is why I'm showing you this. You gotta harden your properties, guys. You gotta harden your properties, and that includes beautifying your rental properties for the aesthetic value of it, right? Let a few people hop on and really get going and really break down what I mean and what this means and what hardening a property means for you and your real estate future, right? What's up, Dimitri? Hope you're doing good, my brother. Let me flip this camera around. So, please share this if you're on, by the way. Share, like, invite, drop some nuggets for you guys and tell you, what I've been up to the past 4 years with my real estate and why I'm not too worried in a sense. Well, I'm worried, because we're in uncharted territories in a sense that we've never been here. Nobody's ever been here. I don't care if you're 100 years old or 200 years old. This has never happened in world history where we had a pandemic world virus shuts down the whole damn economy, right? What's up, Luke? Please share and invite. But guys, the past 4 years that I've been buying mobile home parks, apartments, single family homes, which not a whole lot of single family homes. I've been selling off all my single family homes. We have been hardening the properties, right? Patty, I can see all the comments, so you don't have to come out here if you don't want. We've been hardening the properties, meaning we've been constantly upgrading them, constantly putting capital, injecting capital into our mobile home parks, our apartments, right? Our short-term vacation rentals. This big house right here, we just finished renovating this whole house. We just put $170,000 in this house to make it fully upgraded and brand new. We just did it to our condo we have in Orange Beach, Alabama, a little one bedroom unit on the first floor that rents like a machine. It's like the nicest one bedroom in that whole complex. Why did we do that, right? And we didn't do it all at once. We did it a little bit over time. We take money we have and we just constantly reinvest it back in the property. It's called hardening the property, right? Upgrading it, keeping it relevant to the other properties that are new. Why do you do that? I don't just do that just for the sake of doing that to make it look pretty. I do that in case I ever need to sell it, and that's the main reason. In case I need to sell it when the economy takes a shit like this, I can sell it. I may not be able to get full retail, but I can sell it at a wholesale price because it's updated and it's going to be the first property that you're going to be able to sell it, and I'll still be able to get somewhat of a marginal profit on it, so to speak, in the sense that I won't have to wholesale it because it's a distressed property, right? Majority of the properties I'm buying for motivated sellers are properties that are, not all of them, the majority of them are totally screwed up. They've sucked all the value out of the properties, meaning they've never had any capital improvements over time, right? They never reinvested money back in the properties. They've constantly, taken the equity out, meaning they've refinanced, they didn't put money back into it, or they just kept the money, and when they'd have a tenant move out or they'd have repair work, instead of fixing it, they just put a subpar tenant in there, or they drop the rents and just roll with it, right? And if you do that over time for long enough, what happens is you just freaking ruin your property, and then you eventually have to give this shit away for pennies on the dollar. I know that because I buy properties from people all the time like that. Burnout landlords that never reinvest back in the properties. They just think this property is going to constantly put out revenue. Dude, you gotta put money back into your properties, right? We're constantly putting at least, we put probably, like I said, we just put $170,000 in this property. What did we put in our Orange Beach condo? At least
probably about
20. I just put $150,000 into a mobile home park that we just finished renovating.
We're completely renovating. That's Sunbird one in Panama
That's
City Beach.
that's right. We just closed on another one bedroom on the beach, a one bedroom that we're putting about 18,000, making it brand new everything, making it look like it's a brand new construction condo, right? You have to do that, guys. Like I'm telling you, I'm not speaking out of my ass. All the properties I buy from motivated sellers, they do this one thing wrong. They take all the cash flow and equity, and they don't reinvest any capital. They don't have any capital improvements, right? So I'm telling you, you will get hosed, and you feel like, oh, I don't need to do that. I'll just drop the price. Dude, you'll get burned. You will get burned over time. I know that because I used to be that idiot a long time ago. I did that before. I'd refinance, keep all the money, and just sell on a lease option. I lost $40,000 on a property about a year ago, because that's 6 years before that I had, refinanced the property. I bought a property, pulled money out of it. I didn't put any money back into it. I just kept it, right? And investors fall for that trick in the beginning. They think, oh, it's free money. No, dude, like you better upgrade your unit. And guys, you can ask me questions while I'm going. If we go down, we go down. Better do it while grinding. That's right, Dimitri. Hey, dude, if we're gonna go down, like, if it gives you any, what's the word I'm looking for? Peace of mind, dude. If you're going down and I'm going down, a lot of people going down with you. So we'll go down. We'll all go down together, Dimitri. I agree with that, brother. Listen, nobody can take away what I got up here. I'll just come out of this a more experienced me, just like you, right? So shit, I'm with you, Dimitri. If we go down, we go down together, brother. I'll do this shit all over again, right? It'll suck, but I'll come out a better me, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, like, fuck, who could have planned for a pandemic, nationwide, worldwide, economic shutdown from a fucking man cold? Fucking man cold. I can't lie now. When I catch a man cold,
he's a real
Big Mama,
bitch.
Big Mama,
he's a real bitch.
Don't tell him the truth.
No,
I take it like a champ, huh?
Oh, a champ, please.
Huh?
Listen, when he has a man cold, like, the world's ending.
It gets bad.
Yeah.
It gets real bad, right? Appreciate that, Eric. Luke says, listen to the podcast you're on recently with the council. 2 hours of gold.
Wait, which
awesome.
One?
Luke, which podcast was that?
Was that the one with Evo?
Well, she said recently with the council. I don't remember what podcast I got on with the council, but yep. Joseph said, press conference update. State governor will receive specific reopening instructions from our president, Donald J. Trump, very soon, maybe before the end of the month. Fantastic.
Wow, that would be awesome.
Joseph, are you in the same state as me? Are you in Florida right now, Joseph? That's fantastic news, dude. I'm ready to go.
Well, what did you just say about North Carolina?
No, I just heard that North Carolina just opened up. I don't know if you guys, anybody on this live or from North Carolina, I heard North Carolina, the governor just said, hey, we're going back to work. I don't know if that's true or not. If somebody's on here.
Well, if they open this up, I'm not going back to work. I'm going to the beach.
Yeah, we're going to the beach. We're going to take a. We've been on a staycation for about a week. We're going on a true vacation. We're going to the beach. We're going to rent boats. We're going jet skiing. We're going to do a lot of shit before I go back to work, because I need a vacation from this staycation, right? Although I've been being pretty productive, right? And speaking of that, I know a lot of you guys are jumping on. Like, I'm telling you about, the whole title of this live was to, upgrade your properties, harden your properties, always put money back into your properties, because if you do need to sell it, what happens is, in an economic slowdown, if you have not upgraded your properties and you need to sell them at a wholesale discount price, you're gonna have to freaking just give them away and take a huge loss, right? That's why we just did. Well, Big Mom, give Big Mama credit. She just landscaped their little short-term vacation rental. But it's called hardening the property, right? And look, and don't think that landscaping and an aesthetic value has no value. It's not just about, painting the inside of the house or doing, new floors and dude, you got to harden that property. We painted all of this. We put all new paint. Two most important things in what, Mama?
And when hardening the property,
the
roof and the AC.
The roof, AC, and foundation are going to be your three.
Well, because
that's your biggest expense.
To a retail buyer, their loan is going to need a good roof and a good AC. So that's the most important ways to spend your money if you
Yep.
are hardening the property.
Yeah, well, Dimitri just said something really key. He said they think of repairs as an expense they want to avoid. That's exactly right, Dimitri. It's an investment.
It's a long.
You got to think. You got to think that paint is making you money.
Control.
That those floors are making you money. That AC is making you money, right? Like, you got to look at all those things as an investment. Like, I'm telling you, I've seen this over and over again with buy and hold guys. They get into the game. Oh, they watch a Robert Kiyosaki seminar or Rich Dad Poor. They read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I'm gonna buy some real estate, and they fail to forget, dude, real estate costs money. Like, you don't just buy a piece of property and you just collect rent every day. Like, no, your AC is gonna go out. No, the sun's gonna get plumbing. The first week or 2 weeks we bought this house, like 2 years ago, we had like $6,000 in freaking AC repairs. Like, everything went out, and it kept going out even though we changed out something. So you really better think about this when you buying apartments, mobile home parks, especially when you're buying distressed stuff, right? Every mobile home park that I bought is taken.
Backup funds.
Yeah, you gotta have backup funds. Like, don't just. I know you see me buying mobile home parks, apartments, guys. Like, I'm not making. I just started making money on my mobile home parks like 8-9 months later.
Can I tell you what bothers me as a realtor?
What?
People who are trying to buy a home, and there's like this, $300 fee here or $200 fee here, and they can't afford to make that fee. You don't need to be buying a house if you can't afford those fees, because that shit happens when you have a house. You're gonna move in and you're gonna have to get your AC serviced, and it's like $300, and you don't.
Yeah,
have
Mama,
the
we're
money.
not talking about you're talking about retail buyers.
I know, but even
you're going off topic. That's next week's Facebook Live.
But I'm
Mom.
telling you, if you're an investor, you better have backups too.
Oh,
because shit like that's gonna happen. I deal with it on the realtor side, but as an investor, a lot of these people, they buy this property and think, oh, I'm just gonna make money off of it, and they don't have backup reserves to be putting money into it, because shit happens.
Yep. Let's see with the next question. What's up, guys? Please share and invite, guys. Justin, I'm still closing deals for. That's awesome, Justin. That's fantastic, dude.
We still closing deals too.
We got a deal.
To close another one this week.
What, on Thursday or Friday?
I'm waiting on this closing.
Hey, go handle those kids. I hear them hollering and screaming. That's great, dude. Listen, we're still closing deals. I can't sit here and lie to you. We have seen a drastic slowdown in leads. Like, literally, it's come to a screaming halt. Right, we're still getting a few leads coming in, but I think the emotional curve right now is at an all-time high. And you got to think about it, right? The psychology of a motivated seller right now, they're going through maybe tough times. They know that the banks can't foreclose on them right now because everything that's going on with, Trump passed some suspending of foreclosures. So on top of that, they don't want to move and take risks of supposedly catching the Mexican beer. Then they. What's up, Mom? Then they just don't want to be around people because everybody's batshit crazy right now because of the media, right? So if you're in the real estate game, yes, I know. Listen, unless I'm just doing something wrong, but I guarantee you've seen a slowdown in lead flow.
Well, they're guaranteed them 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
Of no payment, so they're going to stick around for 3 months.
Right.
But some loans are just saying you don't have to pay it for those 3 months, but after the 3 months, guess what? You owe me those 3 months back.
There's forbearance and then there's deferment.
Right.
That's a difference. Let's talk about that.
Loans they have.
Let's talk about forbearance versus deferment is two different things. Forbearance is they're given a 3 months forbearance, but they're having to repay it back, everything they didn't pay
in that 3 months.
In the 3 months. That's when it's probably going to create some pain and people are going to want to sell their property. Mm-hmm. So they're probably going to wait that 3 months, and as soon as that 3 months hits, if their car notes or house notes $2,000 a month, they may have, they're gonna owe $6,000. And if they haven't worked in I don't understand forbearance. I don't even know why they even doing that. Like, if they haven't worked, no, I think it's almost like it's a trick, and it's almost a scam.
Way around it to still make them owe. Oh, okay, I'll do that. I'll hold off.
But Patty, if they ain't got if they ain't got a job for the past 3 months, and they have to still pay it back, why wouldn't they just put it as a deferment and put it in the back end? But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's gonna be opportunity in the back end, because I don't think it's right. I think these banks should have gave them all deferment, right? So
we had only one loan out of all of them that was like that.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not all of them.
So you have to understand that there's going to be some pain here in a little while, so just hang tight. People just don't want to sell their property right now because they have nowhere to go and they don't want to be around people. So let's see. Hunker down, get into the business. Absolutely. Eric, I have the coronavirus. I agree. Open it up. I have the
Wait, he has the
Do you really have it, Eric? If you do have it, man, I'd like to interview you because, from what I'm understanding, it's just a highly evolved flu.
How old is Eric?
Yeah, he looks like a younger guy with a family. So, the people we knew a few people from high school that actually
like
has
the
it.
flu for
They
those
just said it was
two.
just
They
like
were
having
in
the
their
flu.
40s?
One of my partners, I'm not going to say who it was, but he went to Disney World 2 weeks before this thing broke out, and he came back and he was really sick, and he had exactly all the symptoms.
That was in December.
In December, yep. And he was sick for 2 weeks straight. He said, "Dude, it was
Four
just."
of them were.
Yeah, you're right. 4, and he just said, "Dude, it was just the flu. Like I thought I had the flu. I didn't think nothing of it, right?" Let's see. You recently uploaded it to your course under mindset. Oh, that's right, Luke. Yep, that's right, Luke. On the guys, that's exactly right, Luke. I have in the past week and a half, I've created a whole new course, which I'm giving it away with my real estate wholesaling course, all on personal development. It's literally and Luke, I've got another. That was just one. I've got another 5 modules I'm uploading on personal development. Really hardening you as an asset, right? I know right now we're talking about hardening an asset so that you can make it long term, but guys, you got to harden you as an asset. Like, dude, if you're not working on yourself personally, it's going to be hard to get through all this stuff, right? Most people, like in my early 20s, the first crash I went through, I wasn't able to handle all this. Like right now, I just laugh at it. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, fuck it. If it all comes crumbling down, I'll do it again. But in my 20s, I would be in the fetal position, freaking the fuck out, sucking my thumb, asking for my mama. Okay? Let's call it for what it is, right? And that's where a lot of you guys will probably be if the shit hits the fan, right? Especially if you're a younger cat and you've never been through. This is my 3rd crash, right? But it's interesting if you're not ready for shit like this and you've never experienced it. Like, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is the world's ending, right? The world's fucking ending, and look, it may feel like that for a little while, but you'll get through it, right? Let's see. But yeah, guys, I created a whole personal development course inside of my wholesaling course. It's just a bunch of entrepreneurial
Can you get the
tactics.
separate course separate?
Can you get this?
Did you set it up that way?
I set it up to where I just gave it away with the real estate because I think they need that. That's the foundation, guys. Look, if you don't have basic foundation in personal development as far as like being consistent, persistent, disciplined, staying uncomfortable, like all these basic principles and disciplines you need to make it through as an entrepreneur, you're just going to get hosed because this is entrepreneurship, right? And just the same thing with real estate investing, right? You're like a crackhead, right? You're like, oh my God, I freaking love it. I'm the best. I'm so awesome. I'm making so much money. You're like, dude, where's the tree? Give me the rope and the tree.
Yes.
Give me the rope and the tree and let's just get it over with, right? And I've been there. Ask Big Mama.
Yeah, I tell him to snap the fuck out of it.
Like, it's like
Can't
either
deal.
it's like I'm on top. There is no happy ground or medium ground as an entrepreneur.
It's up or down.
You're basically you're like a legal crackhead. Okay, let's just call it for what it is, right? So if you're not ready for that shit, stay your ass at your job and play it safe. But playing it safe is almost worse than being a crackhead entrepreneur, because then it's like never having crack and getting high and just staying half-ass low at a job because you can't experience any wins.
Dullness.
Yeah, it's all the same shit, right? So, but anyway, just make sure you guys are hardening everything. Don't just harden your asset. Big Mama likes to harden a lot of other stuff too, but we'll talk. We shouldn't talk about that right now, Mama. You should probably go inside. It's getting rated R. What's up, Mark Strayer? Derek says, hard money lender here. Been a wild ride for us. Really understand the difference between those that will make it and those that won't. Same principles as hardening your asset. If there's too much dependency on the secondary market, you're now hosed. Gotta get prepared for anything catastrophic. Absolutely, Derek. 100%. Like, if I got in a financial bind, like I could sell, like for instance, this property right that I'm in right now, right? We paid $1.13 million for it 2 years ago. I put about $200,000 into it. Well, when I bought it, when I paid 1.13, but I put $300,000 down. So we're into this we're into it like 65 cents on the dollar with my equity, right? We let 2 years pass, then it appreciated, and we refinanced. I pulled out at $200,000. We put we put about 170,000 into it, all brand new furniture, repainted the whole inside and out, all new floors, and we hardened that property. Now the property reappraised at 1.57, almost 1.6 million, but I only owe 1 million bucks. So I'm sitting on, five and a half, 5.7, 500,000, 575,000, right? Now, equity is, it's an illusion, right? I'm not saying that I could sell it right now and get that. I wouldn't be able to get that. I'd be lucky if I got 1.2, 1.3 right now with everything that's going on. However, being that the property's all updated and everything's brand new and it looks amazing, I could at least sell it, get out of the loan and get my money back and not lose any money. And that's the key to hardening the property, right? That's going to be your biggest thing, is at least not selling your property at a loss. So if you hardened all your properties off the past 2 to 4 years, hey, hats off to you. Congratulations on doing the right thing. If you sucked equity out, like I know a lot of people did, I know a lot of investors that did that. I'm guilty of it. I did that shit probably 8 years ago. You better learn, like, dude, if you're going to pull money out, don't put in that refinance, that freaking rehab, refinance, put the money in your pocket. Dude, I don't ever, if I do refinance, I'm putting most of the money back in the property. And if I have money left over, I'm just putting it in another deal as a down payment. I'm not putting that shit in my pocket. I'm only taking cash flow to put in my pocket, not refinance money. That's a good little, and I'm telling you this from experience, guys, because I was that dumb idiot, right? It's better to learn from other people's mistakes than it is to sit here and try to figure the shit out yourself. And I'm giving you I'm giving you what I did to weather a lot of this shit, right? John says, is there a rule of thumb amount you set aside for a capital X in a mobile home park acquisition? Man, that's John, that's a wide open question. I mean, we go in there and we figure out exactly what we're gonna need, and we add a little bit to that. But I mean, typically, like I had a fantastic deal. Like a year and a half ago, we bought a park for we stole it. We bought it. It was a 24 unit for $210,000. I put about $350,000 into it. I brought in 5 brand new trailers. I hauled in 4 used trailers, and we rehabbed about 3 or 4 in there. And I'm into it for $550,000, or I paid $200. I put 3. Yeah, I'm about into it for $550. It just appraised for $900,000, and it's full, and it's getting about $15,000 a month, right? So if I had to unload that, and it's got 5 brand new trailers and a bunch of nicer used trailers, if I had to unload that property, I could wholesale it to an investor for, if it appraised for $900,000, I could probably wholesale it for $775,000, $800,000, and still make $200,000 and get out of the property. Why? Because I hardened the property. I reinvested capital. I didn't go and take money and put it in my pocket and go buy stupid shit. I hardened that property. So take that as a learning lesson, guys. So Dimitri, well, yes, because the world is broke. Don't be like the world. That's exactly right. Speaking of being broke, guys, it's pretty freaking scary what's going on, right? I mean, I was reading reports. 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's pretty crazy. That's scary. I think there should be a wake up call for everybody, even me. I felt like, man, I need to save more money. We need to save a ton of more money, because is this the new norm? Are we going to have a pandemic virus every 4 or 5 years that collapses the economy and we're out of business for 2 or 3 months? Because if that's the case, everybody that says, hey, you need at least 3 to 6 months of reserves, dude, that needs to go to probably 8 to 12 months of reserves now, because we're in uncharted territories. This is shit that's never happened before. So that's where I'm recalibrating. I'm getting more into more essential businesses, in which real estate's obviously an essential business, affordable housing. I'm glad I'm in that. But we are looking at, more food, water, shelter, clothing, right? If you're in retail, dude, retail only does well in a good economy. We're looking at starting an HVAC company, property management company. So I'm gonna, I'm diversifying a little bit more. Dude, if you're an entrepreneur, you can't just have 1 business or 2 businesses. You better have 3 to 5 businesses that are all in the same wheelhouse. That way you don't get out of your lane too much, and you kind of start chasing squirrels that are not in the same tree. stay in that tree with the same squirrels, right? So, um, Matt says, that's for the next week's Facebook Live, Big Mama. Mama talkative tonight, somebody said. Yeah. Sometimes I gotta,
Oh, big mouth.
yeah, she got a big mouth. Y'all don't hear how much she talks. I gotta beat her up sometimes and keep her in her place. Demetri says, I have noticed a lot of people tell us that there is a virus now, so we can't sell. We have to wait, even though we are just as ready to buy. Absolutely, Demetri. That's kind of what we're hearing too. Like somebody's telling me yesterday, one of our leads and she was a hot lead. She's like, I can't do anything right now, Chris. I'd rather wait until all this passes. So this too shall pass, right? So if you're just getting into real estate and you're like worried about the lead flow right now, hey, dude, I'm feeling it. Like, we're in 6 markets. Actually, we're in 8 markets now. We just opened up Orlando and Knoxville. So we have felt it all across the board. So,
you have to make sure you're scheduling calls with them at that time.
But the thing is, all that motivation, it ain't going nowhere. Like, motivation just doesn't leave, right? It just gets piled up, right? It's going to get piled up and backed up. And once they release everything again, dude, it's going to come out like a...
Yeah,
like,
because they might not be able to pay the car note and the house note and the, you know.
Motivated sellers are going to come out like you ain't seen, right? Right? So, don't defer it if you plan to keep buying. Yep. What's up, Howard? Eric says, at home with 3 children and a wife, I'm 32. Wow. And you got, the same guy said he had corona. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Michael?
Did he go to Mardi Gras?
Eric says, they are killing small business. I had the flu last New Year's, and that was way worse for me. Chris Rood is a killer. Open it up. So he did have... So he said... So Eric, so you said you had the flu and it was worse than Rona, right?
Some people can have Rona with no symptoms.
Be careful about... Yeah, we can only say certain code words. It's the Mexican beer and it's Rona. Otherwise, I'll get shadow banned and they'll freaking... they'll cut this live. They've done it twice to me already, so... Brandon says, buy and hold guys are still buying. Start marketing hard in the rental market. Market hard to vacant / absentee gold mine. I totally agree. I was just telling one of my students that today, Brandon. That is so true. Buy and hold guys are still going to buy. And actually, they're going to probably go all in right now. We're actually got 2 awesome deals we're selling to a buy and hold guy in Baton Rouge right now that's paying a premium for deals because they don't care about the... You know, they're not looking to flip it. They just want to buy and hold. So that's a great nugget, Brandon, for bringing that up. Focus on absentee owners. Out-of-state absentee owners are probably going to be hurting right now. And go to like to the Section 8 office. All these cats that are buying Section 8 houses, and talk to the girls of it and see who's got all the. See if they have their phone number, right? Go to the auctions, right? Go to the tax auctions. Go to the foreclosure auctions. Don't go to buy deals. Go to get emails and names, right? Shadrach, what's up, my brother? You doing good, my brother? That baby's cute, man. Looks just like you. What's up, Rood? Some insider tips, brother. Well, the insider tip is harden that property, right? Harden that property, and don't think you're going to get into this game and think that it's easy being a real estate investor, because it ain't going to be easy. Like, if you're not constantly reinvesting, it's like owning the business, dude. If you're not constantly reinvesting in your business, if you're not constantly upgrading your equipment, right? Let's just say you own a lawn service, right? If you're not constantly upgrading your lawnmowers or your weed eaters, what happens? Your business falls apart. That's one of the main reasons why I buy. The majority of the properties we buy, hands down, are from landlords that don't reinvest capital back into their properties.
Is a good point?
What,
your tenants are gonna leave if you don't improve the property. Well, they're gonna go find something better.
That and you can still rent your properties, because the problem we were getting is, well, I say the problem, it wasn't our problem. It was the people's properties we were buying. They weren't fixing up, or they were just barely band-aiding it, and then we'd come and they would just drop the rent. Instead of getting $850, $900, they just wouldn't fix up the property, and they would act $650, $700, right?
But not every tenant wants to deal with that. And if you are fixing things, then your tenant's like, oh, I have a good landlord. I'm going to stay here because I trust him.
Yep. Rad. A kid quit my job 3 years ago, never going back. Anyway, guys, listen. I got 3 mobile home parks in the contract right now. I'm looking for a few partners. Now, you can't be a crystal meth addict. You can't have a lot of problems. You can't beat your dog. You can't be an alcoholic. You can't do drugs. And you got to be somebody that's got a track record that's somebody that wants to partner with me. Not this ain't I don't have my fund or anything. I haven't set up the fund, but I'm looking for actual partners, equity partners who want to partner up with me on a few mobile home parks I have, because I got 3 right now, and I just closed on a couple other deals. And I'm not going to have enough capital to buy all of these deals. I can, but it's not with everything that's going on. I'm kind of I'd rather keep some of my capital right now with everything that's going on. So if that interests you, inbox me. But it's actually true equity partners. So any tips on milking dogs? I don't know, Mama.
Milking dogs.
I don't know what that milking dogs.
Myself, but not about.
What you said, Mama?
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Dude, are you talking dirty? That is not ladylike.
That was not dirty.
You do not talk dirty. I'm the only one that can talk dirty on these lives. Okay. Anyway, she's getting out of her lane. So, whole dog milk. How much can you get? I got a guy in Malibu who's interested. Whole dog milk.
What's he
Is
smoking?
that code for something? I don't know. Like, are you on crystal meth? I don't know. Jeff says, only just started, mate. Only got 1 pair of hands, and it's hard work. Yeah, dude, listen. It's always going to be hard work. You're going to suffer through. Right? Listen, if you're just getting started, you're just getting into real estate, you're not going to have a huge team. You're not going to have a maintenance crew. Like, we have 4 guys that work for us on the maintenance side. Our business is totally automated. I don't have a clue what goes on the buy and hold side. I don't even know. I just, at the end of the month, every month, hey, who collected what and who didn't pay? That's the only thing I want to know. But when you're first getting started, you're going to do everything. Dude, I remember running around 8 years ago collecting rent myself, right? You're going to do everything yourself. Like, there's a condition that you have to go through. You have to suffer through discipline, right?
And it teaches you to learn the business.
Well, and it does. That's exact. Big Mama, you striking gold tonight. That's so true. People always say, well, I don't want to do this. I'm too good to work in my business. If you work in your business, you're not a business. So that's horse shit. You need to work. When you first get started, you need to do all the work in your business to learn every single hat in that business.
And save every single penny.
And save as much money as you can, because when you understand every single hat in your business, then you can diagnose, forecast, predict, and fix problems that pop up when you do have employees that you hire, right? If you don't know jack shit about your business because you hired a bunch of people, just thinking people are going to run your business for you, and you can't handle problems, that's all we do as entrepreneurs. We handle, diagnose, forecast, and predict situations, problems that we can actually forecast and actually fix because we've been in that situation before, right? So you got to do it all yourself, and don't feel like, oh, this is too hard. No, dude, you got to do the work. You got to suffer through the discipline. It ain't always going to be like that.
And it's better to work hard for yourself than to work hard for someone else.
Oh, that was so good, Big Mama. Say that again. Say it for the people in the back. Say it for the people in the back.
Idiots in the back. It's better to work harder for yourself than to work harder for someone else.
Ooh, Mama striking gold tonight.
It's true. Because it's not really work when you're doing it for yourself.
No, it's fun. Dude, I don't consider work. I consider work play. That's how I can work. I'll work. The majority of you guys that follow me, I run circles around all of you. That's not some disrespect. That's not something, because none of my work is work. My work is I'm playing a game. I'm going out just like I would when I used to play high school baseball and football. Like, it was fun, right? The game of entrepreneurship, the game of real estate, the game of life to me is fun, right? I'm going out there every day. I'm producing. I'm looking at properties. I'm making offers. I'm talking with my partners. I'm talking with my team, raising private capital, looking at deals, calling bankers. Dude, that shit is fun, right?
And it's something different every day. It doesn't get boring.
That's right. Matt says equity is an illusion. I'm using that on the next seller I talk to. It's true, Matt. Matt, it's an arbitrary, made up, fictitious illusion backed by consumer confidence, right? It's what somebody's willing to pay during that market cycle.
It's down right now.
Consumer confidence is down. I guarantee you, this house right now that I sit in that just appraised for just about 1.6 million, I'd be lucky to get 1.3. I probably just lost $300,000 in equity. right now. Now, if they
But I don't owe that.
no, I don't owe that. No, we only owe $1 million on it, right? But it's worth 1.6, right? So I mean, that's why you have to leave you have to leave yourself a margin of error. You got to buy discounted. You have to buy discounted. You have to buy super discounted, because if you don't buy discounted, when you have a market dip, you will get freaking hosed, right? You pay full retail. Now, granted, I'm not going to talk shit, because I'm talking shit right now, but everything else I bought, it's always been, this is the only property I bought in probably 5 years, 6 years that I paid retail for. I bought this house because I wanted this particular house, because it was exactly what I wanted. Now, we bought 2 years ago, so we were able to ride that equity wave
But
up.
we knew that we had room to get
But-
more money out of it because it needed renovations, though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it needed renovation. So we were able to capture some equity, but not much, right? But this is more of a house that we wanted for the family, because we always dreamed of having a place in Destin. So I'm not talking, I want to be transparent with you guys, but everything else I bought, 50, 60, 70 cents on the dollar.
This area is
No, this area is like this is
It's not
prime
really
real estate.
replaceable.
Yeah, no, you're right. Exactly. Dude, Big Mama needs to do the live. Just do the live tonight. You're dropping so much gold. Just do the live.
Listen, I know this.
Just do the
I'm
live
always
tonight.
better than you.
Oh my God. She just made another good point, guys. When you buy in a strategically valuable location has so much demand, and I did do my homework before I bought this property, right?
Excuse me?
We did a lot of our homework.
I did the homework.
You did some of it. I asked the realtor, I asked a bunch of people, hey, what did this property do in 2008 when the crash happened, right? Did people still come rent it? And across the boards, it was a ultimate yes. People still vacationed, right? So now, granted, this is unlike 2008, so everything's locked down right now, but I'm hoping everything loosens up. But you have to know these things, right? Like, I know it's cliche, location, but it is really true. If you got a good enough location, you can ride the market swings. If you buy, it's better.
Chris.
Warren Buffett said this best. He said it's better to buy how do you say it? It's better to buy a good business at a fair price than to buy a bad business at an outstanding price, right? He wrote that in one of his books that I remember reading, and I use that principle in real estate. It's better to buy a property. You can just apply it to real estate. It's better to buy a property in a good location at a fair price than it is to buy a shitty property for a great price, right? Because if you buy a shitty property in a shitty property in a bad location for a great price, dude, when the market tanks, guess what? The rental business is only as good as the job market, right? So if you've got some property all the way out in bumfuck Egypt where there's hardly any jobs, dude, you're going to be hard pressed. I remember looking at I looked at a mobile home park in Opelousas, Louisiana. It's a shithole part in Louisiana in country, right? And it was far out. Jobs were like probably a 30-45 minute drive, and it just gave me, I knew if I bought that, if we had a down market cycle, like there's no way, if we had 20-30% employment or 15%, I'd get smoked. And I always remember that I remember looking at people like even I remember Grant saying it. Like, Grant made it through the 2008 crash. I read his book and he talks about that too. Like, the only thing that kept him going in 2008 was the fact that all his properties he bought were in strategically good locations for jobs, right? So if you can stay in good strategic locations for jobs, just like I did with this property, like I've done with my other properties, as long as there's good jobs, you'll make it. And you bought with some equity, you bought value add. Like, I don't agree with everything that some of these guys buy. Like, I mean, and that's a different game. I can't even sit here and try to say that I know what to buy, because that's, if you're buying $100 and $200, $300 million apartments, that's a different game, right? But I know for me, I don't have that kind of money. I can't put down $50 million on a deal, right? So for me, my skill set is not capital. Just like your skill set when you're just getting started shouldn't be capital. It should be your skill set of capturing equity via the negotiations, right? And via finding motivated sellers. That's how you're going to get good at real estate and capture equity. And that's my game, right? So let's see. Let's take some more.
Location trumps everything every time.
Yep. Location does trump every. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, if you got a good enough location, you'll ride out the market.
We have made so much money off of just picking the right location
and riding out the appreciation wave.
Yep.
Spencer says, root for president. Shit. I would get murdered, dude.
I would not be a good first lady.
You would.
No.
You wouldn't be a good first lady. No, they'd assassinate my ass within the first 2 weeks.
Mine too.
I would be cursing, goddamn some bitches, goddamn motherfucking Congress, fucking senators. I would be.
No vaccines.
We'd have no vaccines.
No big pharma.
We would get rid of all the big pharma. No more antidepressants. No more Adderall for you freaking crystal meth addicts. No more giving kids vaccines. Like, dude, you wouldn't want me president because we'd go back to the old school stuff because the old school shit worked, right? Look at our country now. Look at our life now. Look at the people now compared 60, 70, 80 years ago, right? Everybody's on drugs. Everybody's moral compass is off. There's no ethics. Everybody's on prescription drugs. Everybody's cheating on their wife. Everybody's fucking overweight. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. Dude, what has changed? 1 in 3 kids has either some kind of learning mental disability. They have, you got me started, Big Mama. You shouldn't have said nothing. But look at life. Like, look at the statistics. I'm not making this shit up. Look it up, right? You got everybody eating foods that are making them look like lord asses. I mean, if you look at pictures of people from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, everybody was skinny.
The World Health Organization?
Yeah, can you trust the well, don't say that word. We're going to get kicked off this live, Patty.
The WHO.
The WHO. We got to say the WHO, right? We got to use acronyms here and code words. So we're being duped, guys. Like, dude, there's something off. Like, there's something off. Question everything. Question fucking everything, right? 1 in 3 kids is being born with autism right now. 1 in 3. One in 3 kids.
They're not born with it.
They're not born. No, a lot of them are having them after they get the vax, right? Now, I don't want to say the whole word, right? Because Mr. Fence, Mr. Gates may be watching. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna get you get me on a tangent. Yeah. So anyway. Broke is a mentality. It really is. Expand your mind and your wealth will accumulate. 100%, dude. 100%. Rad says, we'll let you know the dog milk I've been buying on the dark net is trash. They've been cutting it with soy milk. The triads in Chinatown tried to slit my throat over a bad shipment.
Dude.
Damn, dude.
You need to get it together.
Yeah, you sound like you got problems.
Yeah.
Are you a motivated seller? You ready to sell your house yet? You're probably behind on your house note too, I'm sure. Let's see. Jeff says, when the tide goes out, you find out who is swimming naked. That's exactly right, Jeff. 100%, man. Gotta start a grocery store. Brian, hey, it's true, dude.
I told him the same thing. I have a friend at a grocery store just making a killing right now.
Oh, grocery stores are killing it. I mean, look, retail is hurting right now. If you own a restaurant, and it only does well in good economies. I say only. I mean, relatively speaking, but grocery stores are slaying it right now. Slaying it, right? Spencer says, let me get $1. Dude, I give you $1, you give me 10 back. For every $1, we'll do 1 for 10. Or 10 for 1. What's up, Chuck? Roberto. Hey, Chris, thank you for being with us on the call we had with Ben and Cashflow Tribe. You're an inspiration, my brother. Hey, I appreciate that, Roberto. Appreciate you come and listen to me rant. Sometimes people can't hear it, but it is what it is, right? But I appreciate the kind comments. Yes, we are calling 1,000 houses a week from out of the state owners. Great minds think alike. That's great, Dimitri. That is awesome, dude. Hey, Dimitri, I know you said you're in Florida, dude. Put me on your buyers list because I'm buying deals in Florida. I mean, we slowed down with buying deals right now, but I'm buying in the Panhandle. I don't know if you do anything in the Panhandle, but in the Panhandle of Florida, from Pensacola all the way to Panama, I'll buy some deals from you. What's up, Larry? What's up, Mario? Let's see. What's up, Matthew? JD. Howard says, how do you find absentee owner property managers? Pull a list, my brother. You can just get a list from ListSource or any one of those data companies, right? What's up, John? Let's get through all these questions. If you don't know your biz, you are easy to steal from. Absolutely, John. That's another thing. That's a great point. Like, that's exactly what John. Like, see, if you don't know the business. Yeah, well, if you don't know, he's talking about what we talked about last time about working inside of your business first. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't know every process, and if you don't have a flow chart, if you don't know the flow chart of your business, dude, they're gonna steal from you. Like, if they can, they will, right? If they can, they will.
Hey, listen, I feel like Jan feels like if somebody steals from Chris, they steal it from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how our manager feels. So she's like
But
a
that's
stickler.
yeah, because
She
we
don't
taking
play.
such good care of her.
Yeah, she doesn't play.
Let's see. What's up, Chris? Don't worry, they will print so many money that your house will be worth 10 million. That's what I'm hoping for, Dimitri. They, look, guys, they just printed 2.2, but they're talking about printing some more money. Dude, if they keep printing, we're going to have what's called hyperinflation, right? If we have hyperinflation, you don't want to be in cash. You do not want to be in cash. You want to be in real estate because asset prices will go through the freaking roof, right? They will go through the roof. And as long as they keep printing, you're going to have some inflation because those dollars, every time they print, those dollars have to be circulated inside the economy. And the more dollars that are circulated, it just drives asset prices up. All your commodities will go up, right? What's up, Eric? Hope you're doing good, my brother. Corey says, hey, Destin is great. Miss it every day. Yeah, it's awesome out here. Karina. Kush says, I wish you all the best. Hope the market cycle is good. Always be a buyer's market. It will always be a buyer's market. Absolutely. Listen, you just made a good point too, Kush. When you become a professional direct-to-seller marketer like me, it's always a buyer's market, right? It's always a buyer's market. Like that's what you have to understand. Like if you're buying your deals arbitrarily from realtors or anybody else, dude, you're not capturing equity like you should be, right? It's always a buyer's market for me because I'm not buying a deal unless it's a buyer's market. If I can't steal it, I'm not buying it. I don't care how hot the market is, right? And it doesn't matter how hot the market is, there's still going to be motivated sellers, right? What's up, JJ, Daniel, Matt, Ricky? JJ says, sounds like a 50 billion loss. Marty. Eric says the world is whacked. Oh, 100%, dude. 100% it's whacked. JJ says, are you happy you left Louisiana? I am, JJ. I feel like there's a lot more opportunity in Florida. I mean, look, Louisiana at the end of the day is my home state, but you look at it from a statistics-wise, we are last in everything that's good and first in everything that's bad, but besides Mississippi, right? I mean, the economics are not good, the demographics are not good, the people leaving the state is astronomical. Everybody's moving to Texas or Florida. I mean, dude, you got to follow the money, right? You got to go where the money's at. Like if your state or city is just on a struggle bus, why would you stay there? Now, great. Granted, there is some pockets in Louisiana that are still good. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles is still three cities that have some good economic numbers. But dude, overall, Louisiana is it's on a struggle bus, right? Dimitri says, I do deals in SW, Florida, Southwest Florida, but I am looking at counties in North Florida. Always JV on my deals with local wholesalers, with nimble wholesalers with a very strong buyers. Hey, dude, call me up, Dimitri. If you want to do something, dude.
Especially if you have trailer parks.
Dude, hit me up. I'll do something with you. What's up, Colton? But anyway, guys, the moral of the story is the whole point of this live is harden your properties, right? Harden your properties. Now, maybe you did what I did a long time ago and you messed up and you didn't harden your properties, and now you feel like you should. If you need to sell them, nobody's going to buy them, or if you did have to sell them, they're just so dog shit right now, you'd probably lose money. Just take it as a learning lesson, right? And just understand that when the next market cycle comes around and you get a second chance, that's the good thing about entrepreneurship. You get a second chance, right? A third chance sometimes. It's not like you go into war and if you lose, you die, right? You may die financially, but you can get another chance, right? Come back stronger, come back smarter, and buy right.
Hire a mentor.
Yeah,
So
hire a
you don't
mentor.
have to
Hire a
screw
mentor.
up.
Buy right, buy discounted, and buy in good locations, and keep that property up to par. Keep investing in the property. Make it nicer and nicer every month. And just put away, like if you got a property that you're getting, I don't know, maybe you're getting 15, 20 grand a month on a small apartment or something, just take in your cash flow, maybe your cash flow is like 5 grand, 6 grand positive cash flow. I would take half of that. Take half of that and put it all back in the property. Your properties are not just to make cash flow. Like I look at my properties more as a long-term retirement and a way to hedge against inflation. from the depreciation of the dollar, more than just like, oh, it's a business. Like,
I need to make a point.
okay, make a point, Big Mama.
Whenever you're redoing your properties, show on all your social media what you're doing to your properties. Because it's going to do two things. People are going to want to rent from you because you take care of your stuff and you have nice things. And people are going to want you to buy more things. So when they hear of something coming along in their area that they want to look nice, like you're doing, they're going to say, hey, I saw this property and I would love you to buy it because you're doing such good work on your... We have gotten so many deals like that.
Yep.
From people just wanting us to buy it because we make everything look nice. We're not slumlords.
No, we're not. We buy from some. We buy
to be branded that way.
Yeah, we
so
buy.
So brand yourself on social media like I'm fixing up things. I'm making it look nicer, and other people are gonna want to bring you business.
Yep, and they're gonna want to sell to you. That you may have a lesser offer, and they want to sell to you because they have sentimental value in their property, and they want to give it to somebody that's gonna make it look better or bring it back to its former glory. So yeah, you don't want to be a slumlord, guys. No. Yeah, it ain't cool. It ain't cool to have shitty properties and, you know, not have a nice place and just charge. Maybe you're charging so low and you feel like, well, I don't care. I'm only charging $700 or $600 in rent.
Somebody's kid has to live.
Yeah, like, would you put your kid in there? I mean, you know, just treat it. I mean, look, granted, yeah, I can't have properties as nice as I live in for my tenants. I get that, but I'm not gonna have, like, dude, if there's holes in the wall, if there's like soft spots on the floor, like there's kids in there, like we don't put up with any of that. Like if the air conditioner's not working right, like, dude, that's, you know, fix it. Stop being a slumlord, right? Mm-hmm. So
slumlords never win.
No, slumlords never win.
They always have to sell and get out of their properties.
They always, yes.
They don't win.
They
you
don't.
See this?
No, and they get burnt out.
Yeah.
They get burnt out is why they become burnout landlords, because they're constantly turning their wheels. They're constantly having turnover. They're constantly getting people that move out and move back in. They can't keep anybody long term, right? So anyway, guys, if you want to learn how to do, I give so much value to you guys. If you want to learn the real way, you want to better talk to you, want me to help you and help you skill up in person, go to chrisrood.com. You know, if you really want to take it seriously, if you want to be a professional real estate investor, the reason why I'm a lot further along than most of you guys is because I spent more money. I spend more money in myself, in my brand, my personal development, my coaching, my mentors. That's what it boils down to. I'm not smarter than you. You're probably a lot smarter than me. You probably had better grades than me in school. I was probably the guy cheating off of you that was in front of me in algebra. And that's the thing. I just carried along my cheating out of high school into real life because I cheated behind mentors. Why the hell would you want to work so hard? That's the cool thing about when you get into entrepreneurship. You're allowed to cheat. Why the hell would you not cheat? In business, you should be cheating, right? Right? Think about that. You're not allowed to cheat in school. But in the world of business and entrepreneurship, dude, you can cheat and collaborate all you want. So come collaborate with me and let me help you cheat. So skill up at chrisrood.com. Big Mama? Nothing to have to say? I'll post.
No, I said it all.
I'll post the link. You said it all. Big Mama's on fire tonight. We're gonna have to host a Big Mama party and let her do a Facebook Live. Let me post the link right here. If you have any questions,
Mama party, you're getting brave.
Dude, I'm probably giving you too much attention. If I ever leave your ass, I'm gonna have 20 men after you from all my Facebook Lives. So I gotta keep her ugly. That's why I try to show her with no makeup, right? I show her with no makeup, that way none of you want her. And I talk about how high maintenance she is, how many problems she gives me. She's a bad cook. She's terrible in bed, and she stinks. Okay? Just so you know. All right? All right, guys. I'll see you in the next live. Peace and skill up.